What's up, Tanisha? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. What's up? What's up? We hear you. August, what's up? Oz National, that's what's up. All right. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties trying to get on IG Live tonight. So y'all know how I do my lives. What's up, Hartway? Y'all know how I do my lives. I don't have a spill or anything like that. I just jump on here and start answering you guys' questions as much as possible. So y'all can start firing off. What's up, cuz? How you doing? I got to get you on here another time, man. What's up? That's my cuz. Yes, Box Truck. What's up? What's up, Truck and Navy? So while we waiting on people to join, a couple things I want to talk about tonight, I guess, is insurance, down payment for rentals. Like I try to have like a little topic to talk about every week. So tonight we're just going to dive a little bit. I'm going to wait till a couple more people jump on, and then we'll start talking about insurance, how you get your insurance or whatever, if that makes sense. But in the meantime, how y'all been doing? That's what's up. Chilling. Chilling. That's what's up. That's what's up. Just let me know. Maybe next week, cuz we could do that. What's up, Tanisha? How you doing? That's one of my day ones that's been rocking with me for a long time. How you doing tonight? And I see you got my YouTube. I got a couple of people on my YouTube channel, actually, as on live now too. But while we waiting on these people, I guess we can get started about insurance. Y'all already know when I would tell you guys what it costs to get up and running. So in 2025, I get the same questions all of the time. The same exact questions inbox to my inbox. So basically, a lot of people always asking about insurance. If you see yesterday, I made a post on my Instagram, and a guy commented that, you know, his insurance was kind of high or whatever. And he mentioned that his insurance was basically $1,300 a month. So basically what I wanted to clarify tonight, I know, let's say you've never been in logistics before, and you got a car, a regular, whatever your car is. And let's just say your insurance is $100 to $200 a month for your car, right? That sounds like a lot, $100 to $200 a month for a car. If somebody said their insurance pay for their car is like $300, you're like, man, that's a lot. However, we have to remember, when you're getting insurance on a box truck, you have to have $1 million, $2 million, $1 million policy. So that's a high coverage. So with that being said, that insurance policy is going to be expensive because it's also for a commercial vehicle. So that's just about to say $1,300 a month ain't bad. So if you go think I'm lying, go look at the comment. He was like, man, it's $1,300. $1,300 a month is not really bad for commercial insurance. When I first started in January of 2021, my insurance down payment was $1,375 a month, and then $1,375 a month. Now, on average, right now in 2025, I've been seeing people between $1,300, if you got a good driving record, between $1,300 and $1,500 a month. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is this, because when people's like, man, $1,300 is high, it's not for commercial insurance. You got to remember, you're driving a commercial vehicle, which is over 10,000 pounds. It's a box truck. You're carrying goods. You all across the road. So it's a high risk industry. So that's why insurance is a little bit higher for commercial vehicles. And you know, a commercial vehicle is always a target for somebody trying to sue them. So if you hit somebody with a commercial vehicle, it's completely different from hitting somebody in a car. So I want to get you guys expectation of what y'all think, not what y'all think, but insurance payments. $1,300 is not a lot of money for insurance. So I don't want you guys to get up and running. Y'all thinking like, man, I'm gonna pay my LLC, I'm gonna get my authority, and then I'm just gonna be paying $200 or $300 for insurance. And then when you do, that broker comes back and tell you, man, it's $1,300 a month, $1,300 down, and you be like, man, that's sky high. That's not really high. And you got to think about this too. When you're paying insurance on a car, let's just say your regular car, let's just say it's $200 a month. Most people who pay for a car, if they're not doing like Uber or rideshare, then their car is just to get back and forth to work, right? So you basically spending that $200 just to hope and pray that you don't get into a wreck. Now, when you get the box truck and you pay $1,300 a month, you have to remember, even though it's high, you're using this box truck to make money. So the box truck, you can run your box truck 7 days a week, just like I do mine. So $1,300 sounds a lot if you was just paying $1,300 a month and you couldn't make that truck make no money. You can make money with the truck every single night. So the offset of that truck you should make enough money when you're starting off to make enough money to pay for your driver, your fuel, your insurance, and the rental, or if you have a truck note. So $1,300, don't look at it as a lot. Now, when you start getting over, I would say $1,700 a month, then it starts getting a little bit pricey. And also a couple states, from just doing my research over the last 4 years, a couple states is higher than others. Those states are Florida, Louisiana, and Pennsylvania. Those are some of the states where I've seen kind of high. Of course, Florida depends on where you're at in Florida. And then another thing what a lot of people don't tell you too about trucking or just general insurance. Where your car or your truck or where you saying that address is located at has a huge impact on how much your rates are going to be. You can have two people in the same city in Atlanta. One person stay on the north side, one person stay on the south side. Their insurance rates can be completely different. Ask me how I know, because I know. You know what I'm saying? So I have people that use my address just to get cheaper insurance because of the address that they was using was way more sky high. If you live by an expressway, a lot of things that come into a factor when it comes into insurance. So with that being said, that's with it when it comes to insurance. So don't think $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 is a lot. Like when I say you start going over $1,700, you're paying $2,000 a month, then yes, that's pretty much kind of high. But 13 is really good coming out the gate. The guys who I talked to, I don't know if they're on our live or not. I talked to some guys. They're actually just about to lease on right now. They're out of Idaho. They're brand spanking new. Their authority ain't, I don't say even a good over a month and a half. And their insurance payments is like $1,000 a month. Another state that's pretty cheap, where the cheapest state I've seen, like where a lot of people live at, is pretty much North Carolina. North Carolina has really, really cheap insurance. I've seen people brand new start off with insurance in North Carolina that's paying $700, $800, $900, which is crazy because it's way cheaper than what it was when I first started off paying for my insurance. So and remember, insurance is also one of those things where I can't give you a quote. I can't tell you. So if you start in this business, and I always tell people, if you have a bad driving record, and let's say you got tickets, you got speeding, you got wrecks, of course, if your regular car insurance is high, commercial insurance is going to be high. If you like 19, 20, or you're a little younger person, then yes, your insurance, you don't have a lot of driving experience, it's going to be a little bit higher. Also for guys, I always got to tell guys this too, because a lot of guys are, when I try to hire them, sometimes they're like, oh man, I got a good driving record. I don't have no tickets, no accidents. Yes, that might be true. But have your license been suspended for anything? It could be for lapse of child support. It could be a parking ticket, which is not really a moving violation. It's just you didn't pay your tickets. It could have been a lapse of insurance that they suspend your license for. So any lapse in insurance also affects your premium for when it comes to your insurance. So there's a lot of factors that I don't control. So once again, 2025, how much does it cost to get up and running? In 2025, right now, if you want to start as your company, you're completely brand new. I always still tell people it's $5,000. Reason why? Your LLC, how much your LLC costs in your state? Georgia's $100. I did expedited, $200. Your authority, if you did it yourself, is about $380, $390 by the time you get your UCR and BOC and all of that good stuff, right? Or if you go through my third-party person, she charges $650. I always tell people this is one of the things, if you're not familiar with it, don't try to do, because I'm not going to tell nobody what they can't do, but if you mess up, it can cost you in the long run. So that's for the authority process. So I went to a third party. I don't like playing around when it comes to something that's super serious. The next thing is commercial insurance. Once again, we just covered that. So commercial insurance can range anywhere from $1,300 to $1,500, which is considered pretty good. Or like, let's say, for example, it's $1,500, right? And they're asking for first and last. So instead of it just being $1,500 down, they'll ask for first and last, which would be $3,000. You pay $3,000 down, then you pay $1,500 a month for 10 months. After that, so you're basically paying 2 months up front. So that doesn't mean your insurance payments are going to be $3,000, because I still got people that come to the Masterclass, they're like, Jabbar, they wanted $2,800 down. $2,800 down is because it's first and last, not $2,800 for 12 months, if that makes sense. So first and last is like a rent. Sometimes they want first and last. So first and last insurance, and then the next payments will be $1,400. That's not bad. So that's why, and then the last thing is usually the rental deposit, which is usually $1,000. So that's why I tell people, be prepared to have that $5,000 up front to get started, if that makes sense. And that's the one thing, like I stated, the insurance I can't control. LLCs, whatever it costs, authorities, what it costs, rental deposit, what it costs, the insurance is the only thing that fluctuates. But I don't want you guys to come in thinking that you're going to be paying $500 for a box truck insurance, commercial insurance. That ain't going to fly. I'm just being honest with you. Someone said I'm late coming in. I don't need insurance to get my authority correct. Yes, you do need your insurance to get your authority. You don't put it this way here, Tim. You don't need insurance to get your authority, but you do need insurance to activate your authority. Because if you guys don't know, to get your authority is a 21 business day process, right? So let's say you get your LLC. You say you get your authority. It's a 21 days where you can't do nothing with that 21 days. So after that 21 days, if you don't add insurance, then your authority just won't be active. After 90 days, if you don't add insurance, it will be completely inactive, which means you really have to pay all over again to get your authority reset up. So the double side to that question is no, you don't need insurance to get your authority, but you do need insurance to activate your authority, to start the aging of your authority, which whenever you add insurance, that will be considered day one. For an example, Amazon Relay, they say that you need 180 days consecutively with insurance for an active authority. What they're talking about is the day you put insurance on your MC and DOT number, that will start day one. So now count 6 months, which is 180 days. Then now, after your 180 days, then you will be able to apply to Amazon Relay. Because that is a question I get a lot too. Man, I got an MC, I got a DOT, I had it for 2 years. If you had it for 2 years and you never had insurance, you pretty much going to have to repay for everything in order to get that insurance active, if that makes sense. Someone said your partners only let box truck run under their authority or semis too. Box trucks and semis. So you can do a box truck, you can do a semi, 16-foot box truck, which is not a lot of work for those, but yes, you can do. The lease on program is for box truck and semis. So this is a question I get too. A lot of people ask me this. I get a ton of questions. I mean, every other day I get somebody in my inbox asking me this. Hey, bro, I got my MC, I got my LLC, I got my DOT, I got everything, I got my insurance. I'm up and running. Can I just pay you to lease on, right? Which saying, look, I know you do a lease on program. Can I just pay you to lease on? And the answer is you can pay me to lease on if you take the Masterclass. Let me explain to you why this is so important. I could just take somebody $1,000 and place them with somebody. But nobody wants, let's say all my partners that's in the lease on program, they want people that come through the Masterclass. The reason why, they want to make sure that you know what you're doing. You know how to book loads. You know how to manage your drivers. You know how to compliance. So pretty much in my Masterclass, we cover everything that you need to be successful. So it's so much more to trucking than getting an LLC, getting an authority, getting insurance, and getting a truck. If you think that's it, you're going to be widely, surprisingly woken up later. That is so much more to that. It's compliance. It's how to book loads. It's when to book loads. It's how to manage your drivers. Performance management contract. How do you pay your drivers? Everything. How you make your truck move 7 days a week is so much more. So you can't just pay me $1,000 and I just place you with somebody. That would be nice. That's less work for me to do. But however, I would never do nobody that's my leasing partners by leasing somebody on that hasn't been to the Masterclass. So it ain't just like BS. Ask anybody that came through this Masterclass. It's a ton of information. You think you're going to get it on YouTube? I guarantee you're not. Compliance is super important, super serious. So with that being said, that's the reason why you have to take the Masterclass in order to be leased on. Think about it if I told everybody, man, just pay me $1,000, I'll put you with somebody. I'll have 100,000 people in a month. However, guess what? Everybody account will be shut down because you got this person doing this person don't know what they're doing. You're going to show up to the Amazon, you don't know what you're doing. You're going to get to the Amazon load board and be like, okay, Jabbar, now what do I do next? Then you're going to be calling your lease on person. So these people that you're leasing on to, they have jobs, most of them. They run in a trucking company passively. So they don't have time to just take on a person and be like, let me babysit you. Let me show you how to book loads, how to set up your driver, how to add your driver. So when you go through the Masterclass, you know how to do everything to basically be successful. We go, like I said, we cover everything. We cover compliance, everything that you need. So the answer is no, you just can't give me $1,000 and I lease you on. However, if you take the Masterclass, I got 2 of them. If you don't want to wait, I got a one-on-one VIP Masterclass, which is $11.50 Monday through Thursday, which is 3.5 hours. And then I have the group one, which is March 29th, the big Masterclass. The last one we had on February 22nd went till 10:30 at night. From 12 o'clock was a long class, but you ask anybody in there, it's information you just ain't gonna get nowhere else. So with that being said, I hope I answered that question for all you guys that DM me. Hey man, I got my authority running. I got my LLC. I got this. Now I'm ready to lease on. I guarantee you, once you have that, I could tell you that all day. But how are you going to be successful? What are you going to do for the first 90 days? Most people, like I always say, go out of business. I would say 95% of the people does not survive the first 90 days in trucking, because if you think you're going to hit the dad load board and kill it and tear it up, you're going to be in for a rude awakening also. It's not a lot of work. It's not consistent. You might find a load today. You might not find a load the other day. So with that being said, even if you don't take my masterclass, find you somebody that you can lease on to that's doing Amazon, that you trust. That if you don't take my masterclass, if you try somebody else, you got to remember that money goes to them first, then it comes to you. Whereas if you take my masterclass, we've been doing this for almost 2 years now with just straight masterclasses, and nobody never not get paid. So the people that come through my program, you vouch. You do your work, you're going to get paid on Friday. Every single Friday, like clockwork. So like Frank Lucas said in American Gangster, Frank, you paying me for a peace of mind. So in a nutshell, that's what you pay and you take the masterclass for. And you're going to learn so much that you're going to be like, dang, man, you know what? I'm glad I took this class, if that makes sense. Someone said, that's crazy. My brother said his regular car insurance went down when he changed his address. Crazy. Yeah, I know for a fact. I know somebody personally that was spending $300 a month for their insurance. They stayed on the east side. They literally used my address and their insurance went down like $200 and something. So it is based off your address. A lot of people don't tell you that. They ain't going to tell us this. Insurance is tied to your address as well. So if you got a sky high rate, you got to look. They look at how many cars were stolen, how many cars was wrecked. All of that plays into the analytics of insurance, if that makes sense. Someone said, what's up, Jabbar? I'm still looking for training, San Francisco area. Felipe, I promise you, bro, I'm going to try to see if I can find somebody in the San Francisco area for you. All right. What would you be estimate for your total cost with your masterclass setup fees, equipment, fuel, whatever else you think I may need till I first pay out? I would say this, $5,000 to get up and running. If you take the masterclass, $1,000. So 6 bands to get you up and running. Depends on which masterclass you take. So give or take that. Someone said if you have a bad driving record, can I use someone with a good driving record? Exactly. Good question. So he asks, if I have a bad driving record, can I use someone with a good driving record? Exactly, you can. So think about this. If you have a bad driver, I know everybody probably did this when they were younger. If you had a car, you put the car in your parents' name because they were older, had a better driving record, and then you would just list yourself as the driver. But because that person is the main person on the account, it makes your insurance cheaper versus if you just go directly to the place with a bad driving record. So yes, if you have somebody that you can add to it, it will make it cheaper even if they never plan to drive the truck, if that makes sense. Like, for example, me, I insure my trucks. Guess what? I got a good driving record. But guess what? I'm not planning to drive the trucks. But I just add my drivers to those policies, if that makes sense. And you got to remember, too, a lot of people that's getting into trucking, too, you don't have to drive the trucks, period. So if you got a bad driving record, and let's just say you try to reach out to the insurance broker, and let's just say I've seen people with like $2,500 a month. Before I pay $2,500 a month for the insurance, I would just say, you know what, forget it. I don't need to be driving the truck. Hire you some drivers with a good driving record. Get you a couple trucks. And that way you can make money still in logistics, but you just don't have to drive the truck, if that makes sense. And that's why I came into this industry. And I'm trying to explain to you, you necessarily don't have to drive a truck. You can if you want to, but you don't if you don't want to. Someone says the Amazon relays loads only at night. No, the Amazon relay loads, good question. Amazon relay is just not at night. They have some morning loads. Sometimes they have daytime loads, but majority of the loads is at nighttime. But let me tell you, when I first started, I used to do day loads, night loads, and then I would try to do morning loads. The reason why I stopped doing morning loads here in Atlanta is because of the traffic. I don't know if any of you ever been to Atlanta, Georgia, but we got some of the worst traffic in the country. We got 8 lanes downtown with traffic every day, all day. I don't care what time you go down, unless it's late at night. So with that being said, I would do a nighttime load, go to do a morning load or whatever. Man, every single daytime load we did, it was always late. And that when I first started, Amazon didn't have that feature where you can go in and report traffic. So every load, I had to get on the phone with Amazon, fight them down to change my score and not affect it. So it was just too much headache. And then also in the daytime, you got to think about when you're driving in traffic. In traffic, guess what happens in a box truck? You burn up more fuel. So now, instead of you getting 8, 9, 10 miles a gallon. You're going to get 2 miles a gallon. So you're going to be tearing up fuel. So you burn more fuel in the daytime and stop and go traffic. Also, more prone to accidents because now you're in bumper to bumper traffic with a box truck trying to drive. And lastly, when I had drivers for the morning drivers, it was always higher turnover rate because drivers get frustrated. They be like, man, I don't want to drive through traffic. So I don't want to drive through traffic in a car. So with that being said, they damn sure don't want to do it in a box truck. So with that being said, my driver turnover rate was just higher because they was agitated. A load that might, let's just say in the daytime, we had a load that was just, let's say 50 miles to Commerce, Georgia. Something that should take an hour, like at nighttime, guess what? It's going to turn into 3 hours to get to Commerce, Georgia in the daytime. And then 3 hours back. So it wasn't just worth it for them. So that's why I kind of only really much just do nighttime loads, if that makes sense. All right. Someone say that $6,000 will cover equipment, fuel as well. It should. Yes. So $6,000, you got 6 vans, you can get up and running. Yes. All right. And I'll show you how to get the fuel cards as well too. So that 6 vans is definitely enough. Someone says, well, what's up, poppin', bro? Big Honcho in the house. What's up, Honcho? How you doing, bro? One of my day ones. How you doing? Someone said, explain if the insurance rate applies per truck. Yeah, the insurance rate also applies per truck that you get. So per truck that you get it, if you get a truck, a lot of people think if you rent one truck that you can get 100 trucks under that policy. No, it's per truck, and also until you get a certain amount of truck. When you get a certain amount of truck, then you can get a blanket coverage for insurance. And I always tell you guys this, the biggest mistake majority of new people do is this. Even people that come through the Masterclass, they do the same thing. We go through the Masterclass, I got an ebook, I give you all my contacts, but sometimes people just forget. I know it's a lot of information, and they call up to the insurance company and say, hey, look, I got a box truck, I want to get insurance. And they get a quote, and they get their head knocked off. If you call up directly to the insurance company, your premiums are going to be sky high. Versus if you go through a broker. Even though you go through a broker and you still might end up at the same insurance company that you was going to call. I guarantee if you use a broker, your insurance rates will be a lot cheaper, a lot better because you're going through a broker. A broker has a relationship. They know what you need, what you don't need. The insurance company going to tack everything under the sun on your policy to get it high. So with that being said, go through a broker. Always go through a broker if that makes sense. All right. Someone says, if renting from Ryder and I have a mechanical breakdown, do Amazon count that against me regarding your performance score? Yes. So if you're renting a truck and your truck break down, yes, Amazon does count that for you. They don't care if you rent it from Ryder, Enterprise, wherever it's from. So anything, when you break down with your truck, it does affect your performance score. What's up, Truckaranda? What's up? All right. Someone said Masterclass is fire. Thank you, TGK. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Someone said Masterclass is super dope. I've been to like 4 already and met some dope people each time, and I learned something new each time. That's what's up. I appreciate that, all that stuff. You are one of my day ones. That's what's up. So for you guys that don't know, if y'all already took the Masterclass, I didn't really say it a lot, but a couple people know. If you took the Masterclass previously, let's just say you took the Masterclass in June, and now it's time for you to get up and running. You just got tax money. You're ready to get up and running. If you want to take the Masterclass again, we do offer it at a discounted rate right now for $250 as a refresher course. So basically what you would do is send an email to info at boxtruckshawty.com, and it will put you in the next Masterclass, which is March 29th. So you can take a refresher course for $250 because from the time, let's say you took it in June, and now you're just about to get up and running, you might have forgot half of the stuff you learned in June or July, whatever Masterclass it is. So that way you don't have to pay the full amount. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. So refresher class, if you already previously took the Masterclass, is just $250. Someone said, appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Someone said, so can I lease on if I'm in DC? Yes. Good question. So let's say you took the Masterclass like this brother just asked. We in DC. If he's in DC, guess what? He can lease on to my authority here in Atlanta, Georgia. So a lot of people think that because who you leasing on to have to be in the same city or the state that you're in. And that's not true. Somebody can lease on to you in California all the way in Atlanta. So the lease on is nationwide. It doesn't matter where you're at, where the person you're leasing on to. Leasing on nationwide. And then you can do Amazon Relay, like this brother right here that's in DC. He can be in DC, take the Masterclass, join the Masterclass, get his truck. Say, you know what? Jabbar, I want to put a truck in Atlanta. He can put his truck in Atlanta even while he's leasing on in the Masterclass. When you're in the Masterclass, can you have more than one truck? Yes. You can start off with one truck. You start off with 2 trucks. If you're doing good, we got people in the Masterclass right now that have 4 or 5 trucks. So you can get a truck anywhere you want to. You're not restricted to the place you're at. That's what I always tell people too with Amazon Relay. If you're not planning to drive the trucks, you can put your trucks anywhere. Okay? So that was a good question though, bro. Someone's insurance is based on zip code. Yes, it is. It sure is. Someone said, dig that. Appreciate you sharing all this information. You appreciate you too. Like I always tell you guys, man, there's not a lot of people. Somebody just said that today in the Masterclass, man. I don't know if the brother's on there. He took the Masterclass today, and he was like, man, not a lot of people get on here and just share this information and just be genuine with it and answer questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get on here on a weekly basis and answer you guys' questions. I don't have to. I could be doing something else for this little hour, but I like, giving back. And I feel like I'm blessed. I feel like God blessed me. And I've always been the type of person that I've never been a gatekeeper. I always like to help people get put on. If I'm doing it, I feel just like the movie Frank Lucas, man. He said, if your mama said, if you was a doctor, all your brothers would have been a doctor. That's the same way I feel. If I do something and I can make money in it and it's legit, guess what? I'm putting my whole family on. Like I tell you, my brother, cousin, best friend. I got my nephew in New York now. I don't know if he's on there about to start. Like, if you around me, you going to be in trucking. Guess what? When I was in real estate, all my cousins, they jumped into real estate. So it's just not about gatekeeping. And I don't have a problem helping people that want to help themselves. That's why a lot of you, majority of you, probably already sent me a DM. I'm not automated. When you send me a DM, you don't get, granted, I get a lot of DMs, so don't think like, oh, I'm going to have a consultation in my DM. But if you have a question here or there, I don't mind, going through my DMs when I get to them. Answering people's questions. You don't get, when you DM me, hey, book this class, book this schedule. You don't get that. You speak to me. I run my own Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no big marketing firm, no PR firm or nothing like that. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm answering the questions. All right? And that's why I get on live. You book a consultation, you ain't gonna speak to no VA, somebody in the country reading off a script, trying to, answer questions that they meet. You speak to me. One guy was like, man, I didn't even think he was gonna be on it. I thought I was gonna get a VA. Nah, I'm not gonna trust nobody with my brand or my company to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you still speak to me, if that makes sense. All right, let's see. Someone says, did you appreciate the sharing event? Do you have training in San Diego? Not off the top of my head. I can't think of nobody that I've had in San Diego that can train you. Not off the top of my head. All right. Someone said, can you drive at 18? Yes, you can. Yeah. So my first, second, third driver, third or fourth driver, I can't remember. He was 19 when I first started. I'm not going to lie. When I hired him, I was nervous as hell because I was like, man, I know what I was doing when I was 19. I know I was not disciplined. I was, just mixing up. So I was like, man, I don't know how he's going to be. But surprisingly, this guy never messed up, never was late. Used to train a lot of people that started when he first started. And I was just so shocked. He went on to start his own trucking company at 19. However, I was so proud of him. But the moral of the story is, yes, you can drive at 18 if that makes sense. But yes, so you can't judge a book by its cover because I'm not going to lie, I was scared as hell. But he was bulletproof. Bulletproof. Someone said rates will be sky high, but yes, I think she's answering somebody's question. What's up, Catherine? How you doing? That's a female trucker right there that's doing her own thing. Someone said next group masterclass is Saturday, March 29th, and is held via Zoom. Yeah, so a lot of people ask me this too. My masterclass, do I have to come to you to take the masterclass? Do you offer it in person? No, all of my services is virtual. Consultations is virtual. My masterclass is virtual. The one-on-one masterclass is virtual. The big group masterclass is virtual. Everything is done over Zoom. So you could be anywhere and take this class, if that makes sense. Someone said, my plan is to join the class on the 29th. That's what's up. Someone said, you hire driver training in New Jersey. No, I don't have nobody in New Jersey that I can think of. But once again, Caesar, hit me up too on IG, and I'll see for you. Someone said the last class was great, long but great information. Thank you. The last class was long, man. It was 10 and a half hours. That was our longest master class ever. Someone said, it's the real deal. Educate yourself and join the master class on March 29th. That's right. Someone said, we can't wait to see you on the 29th. That's what's up. And then said, yep. Oh, yeah, and installment plans are available for the next group masterclass. So you can pretty much pay half down. Let's say the class is $1,000. You could pay half now, and it's pay the other half by the time class start. And like I stated, I ain't trying to say, we got a great class, but we got a great class. I've never seen nobody leave this class and be like, man, you know what, Jabbar? It just wasn't what I would have thought it was going to be. If you take the master class, I guarantee that you will love it. You will get information. You're going to meet people. You're going to be like, dang, I didn't even think about that, man. Like, it's stuff. And we have people that join the master class that's different levels. I wish, I think his name was Bernard. I can't think of his name, but he joined the last class. And if y'all think I'm lying, he said he already had stuff up and running. He was already doing his thing. But he said one thing is a lot of information that you just not going to know until you bump your head. So to make a long story short, nobody talks about compliance. Compliance is not sexy. It's not beautiful. It's like, I can tell you all day how to make millions, how to make money, how to make 100,000. But guess what? You know what's the unsexy part about this? Taxes. All right? Same thing when it comes to trucking. You know what's the unsexy part about it? Guess what it is? Compliance. That you have to be in compliance. You got to have driver qualification files. You have to have this. You got to have your ducks in a row. If you don't, you will be out of business. I always tell people this because I have new people and old people. I remember, if you go back on my Instagram, think I'm lying. I'm in Miami, in Brickell, in the penthouse in the W. Beautiful view. Having a good time, balling, making money, right? Guess what? Soon as I get there, unpack my bags, I get a phone call. Rhonda called me. It's like, yo, your authority is suspended for 30 days. I was like, man, this is crazy. So guess what? I always tell the story. I had 5 trucks running at this time. I had 7 drivers. I had to pay for 5 insurance because guess what? I had to pay for the trucks because during this time when I first started, we was at a truck shortage. So if I took those trucks back and turned them in and tried to get them back in the month, there's no way I would have got them trucks back. So I was too scared to turn them in. So I paid for the trucks for the whole month. The insurance, of course, I got to pay with it because if not, my authority's going to lapse. So I had to pay insurance on 5 trucks. And guess what else I had to pay? My drivers. Because if I didn't pay my drivers would go find other jobs. So that trip cost a lot of money. After that day, Ronnie, and the thing about it is, the crazy part about it is I had the information, the knowledge, and somebody on my team to help me. I was just, man, I'll get to that later. I'm having fun right now, blowing money. Well, guess what? It came back, as they say, the chickens come home to roost. It came home to roost, and it bit me in the butt. So because of that, I said, you know what, man? People got to know about compliance. People got to understand that it's important to have your ducks in a row. So that's why I offer that in my master class, where you can able to speak to that. Most people on there just tell you, go get a truck, go hit the road and make money, and then they end up getting shut down. And just like I always tell people, I don't know if that brother's still in trucking, but we had a young guy at the meet and greet when we had the yachts in Miami. Had 5 trucks up and running. Literally within 30 days, his company was shut down. So you can't play around with the government. You know what I'm saying? So you can't trick them. You gotta, because what a lot of people don't tell you, and I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of people don't tell you this. From the day you start your trucking company, and I think this might be the first time I ever talked about it publicly. From the day you start your trucking company, and going closer to a year of being in business, you're gonna have this thing called a new entrant audit. What is that? That means the government, the DOT office is going to reach out to you. They're going to ask you for documentation. They're going to ask you for ELDs. They're going to ask you for a driver qualification file. They're going to ask you that you have these things. And if you do not have these things in order, you will get shut down. So YouTube University just ain't gonna get you all of this. So tap in, if that makes sense. Someone says, someone said, appreciate everything. Someone said, let me start back over. Someone said, how do you find consistent drivers? Oh, man, I got a job listing in my ebook. If you take the master class or you buy my ebook, you copy, paste it, and then I literally post it out there. But the consistent part about this, that every driver, if you want to come and work for me, you have to do my 3-day driver training. That's how I created the 3-day driver training. Everything I created or give you guys, I already bumped my head with it. So, true story, I'll tell you, hired a driver. Driver was like, man, look, I did Amazon Relay. Look, I got a badge, right? Hired him. Man, so excited. I was like, man, I'm going to get another truck. Throw him in a truck. Next day, got him in a truck. In the first 7 days, he was late 5 days out of the 7 days. You know why? He didn't know what he was doing at Amazon Relay. He lied to me. He went and got a badge. Just because you got a badge don't mean you know what goes on inside of Amazon. I got a badge, but I don't know how to go load a truck. You see what I'm saying? I have an Amazon Relay badge, permanent badge. Will you hire me to go load your truck tonight? Guess what? I'm a bomb because I don't know what I'm doing. So you can't hire everybody that say they got a badge. So that guy basically destroyed my company. So because of that, I said, you know what? Anybody else that come and work for me, I got to send them through my 3-day driver training. And it wasn't even, I didn't even have any existing at that time. So I was like, you know what? In these 3 days, my driver will be able to tell you if this driver's good or bad or trash. If that's the case, we just go ahead and get rid of them. So that's how I find consistent drivers. If you don't want to send your driver, I do offer a 2- and 3-day driver training class in Atlanta, Georgia. The 2-day is $350. The 3-day is $400. You send your driver here. You come here, get trained, go back and train your driver. If you got a driver that's kind of iffy, don't even put him behind the wheel of that truck, if that makes sense. All right. Someone said, appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you, Caesar. Thank you. So Caesar, hit me up. I'm a check for you. Someone said, I bumped my head a lot so far, but the show must go on. I understand that, Arif. Someone said, he is right about compliance. Got my authority, and Rhonda is helping me right now to get my compliance right before I started. Someone said, I'll be booking the 101 for tomorrow or Monday. I think I got a slot open for tomorrow too, Maria. Someone said, you cover OTR in the Masterclass as well? Yep, we cover OTR too. We cover the DAT load board. So let me tell you what we cover real quick. We cover how to get up and running, how to scale your company, how to pay your driver, how to manage your driver, performance management contracts. We cover compliance. We cover, pretty much everything. How to book loads, how to read deadhead. We cover the DAT load board. So you could do it in conjunction with the Amazon load board. So pretty much everything you need when you leave this class, you will be pretty much a pro at it, if that makes sense. Someone said, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Next group masterclass is Saturday, March 29. Yep, it's held via. Someone said installment plans are available to reserve your spot for Saturday, March 29th. Oh, and I do have another small mini VIP class this week, too. I forgot to tell you guys. I do have a small mini VIP class this Friday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to 1. I think I got 4 or 5 slots open. We just opened it up because being that the group masterclass is so far in advance, and I know people, I don't do one-on-ones on Friday, so I reserved that just one more Friday to do the group mini classes, $9.99, the same price as the group masterclass. If you don't want to wait till March 29th, go ahead and jump into this class. It's a small, personal, intimate class where we can get you in and out. Same exact information that's going to be in the big class on March 29th. Just that the March 29th class is going to be a lot longer, a lot more people, if that makes sense. All right. Someone said, will you be doing another meet and greet? We took the master class here, but missed the meet and greet. Yes, I am going to do a meet and greet this year. Still, to be honest with you, I'm still trying to orchestrate it, but just so busy. Been busy as a beaver. But I am going to get another meet and greet. I might do it. Let me see. I had it last year on April 20th. What month we in? March. If I do it in April, the end of April, I would have to start, getting that stuff situated now. By next week, Wednesday, I'm going to go look at a couple venues because I do want to get it. It's springtime. I love it when everybody get into the meet and greet. Last year, I had 130 people show up to the meet and greet here in Atlanta. It was definitely awesome. We talked about real estate. We talked about life insurance. We talked about everything. Wholesaling, flipping houses. It wasn't just a logistics thing. It was basically, in a nutshell, a meet and greet where all of the professional people that I admire in the industry talked about business credit. You name it. We had it at the meet and greet. And I did say I was going to do another one, but give me till next week. I promise you guys I'm going to go look at this. I'm going to look at the place I had it at last year and see if they have any, availability in the month of April, I would say. Yeah. Let's see. What's up, Kels? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Appreciate you, bro. That's what's up. How you doing? That's my dude, Kels. If y'all remember the video last year at the meet and greet, remember when I was walking around, I used to post that I was walking around and a guy walked up to me, he's like, yo, I made $350,000 last year, man, just off your guide. That's Kels. That's the dude right there. So he was the one that I met at the meet and greet. They thought it was staged. We never, met before that day. And then, I had him on the live a couple times. Well, I think one time I had him on the live. Got to bring him back on here. But yeah, he's doing his thing too, man, with Amazon Relay. So that's dope. Someone said, no cap in his raps. That's what's up. No cap, Flea. No cap. Someone said, how often do you have a masterclass? I try to have it every month or every other like 6 months. So sometimes I'll skip a month and then grab it in the next month. So I try to have it monthly. But if you can't, remember that I do have the VIP one-on-one masterclass. That's Monday through Thursday. It's a lot shorter. Most people can, get into that class a lot quicker. It just depends on how long if you want to wait, if you don't want to wait. Someone says, I just keep seeing you post about 5,000 to start, but the numbers you have are like 3,500. So what's the difference? Good question. Terms and condition. Y'all heard it? I'm going to read this question again. Whoever that is, they're pretty smart. So I'm going to go ahead and read it again. It says, I keep seeing you post about $5,000 to start, but the numbers you have are like 3,500. So what's the difference? The reason why I say $5,000 is because people, especially people on the internet, if I say you can start your company for $3,500 and it costs you $4,000 to start your company, y'all gonna scream, oh, cap, lie, BS, I know you couldn't start it for $3,500. So I don't like to overpromise. I like to just give you over what it's gonna cost you. But majority of the people do start about $3,500, about $4,000. So that's a valid question and a valid answer. For me, I paid $200 for my LLC. In the state of Georgia, I could have did it for $100. I always tell you guys that. I paid $680 for my authority, right? So $680. My insurance down payment, I paid $1,375. And then for my rental truck, I paid $1,000. So I believe it's like $3,200 for me to start my whole company. But the reason why I say $5,000, worst case scenario, let's just say my insurance was $1,375 and they asked me for 2 payments, right? So it'd have been $1,375 times 2. That'd have been like, what, $2,700 plus the remaining amount of money. So that would have put me closer to $5,000. So that's the reason why. But most people can start it with 1 payment. So you're right. If you got a great driving record, your credit good, you stay in a good area, you probably can start it for around $3,500 too. The brothers who just got up, I talk about Idaho, they started for like $3,000, like a little less than what I even started with. So that's the reason why I overstate the numbers, just because of that. Because if I say 35 and some of y'all got to pay first and last, you know how people on the internet is. They like to say, oh, that's cap. You can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. So that's the reason why is that buffer in there. But like I stated, if you got good driving record, you can start it for around that price. So that was a good question. I ain't never had that question asked before. But you're a smart person because you did pick up on that. Someone said no cap in his rap. He's putting us on for a good price. That's right. I am. I really am. And then think about this. You don't have to go out there and be a savage and try to do OTR. We had people in the masterclass like, man, I tried that OTR for 3 months. It just ain't there. I can't make no money because, like I stated, they always tell you, get your truck, buy a truck, go get in there, go to OTR. Guess what? OTR is not consistent for the first 90. It's not consistent for the first 180 days, but the 90 days, at least after 90 days, what are you going to do? You got the truck, you got your authority. What are you going to do for 90 days? That's just like go to school, you're a doctor. You can be a doctor all day. You can go to the Ivy League school, but if you don't have clients, what's the purpose? So consistency will always trump the DAT load board. Any day, any time of the year. I don't care what nobody say. Unless you got a direct shipper or a contract, the DAT load board is not more consistent than Amazon. The only 2 days a year my truck don't run with Amazon is Christmas and New Year's. Other than that, it's super consistent. You can find loads, and your drivers are home every day. There's no factoring with Amazon Relay. There's no dispatcher with Amazon Relay, and there's no lodging with Amazon Relay. So I always tell people, let's say you get that good paying load with the DAT load board. Yeah, it might pay $1,000, but by the time you pay a dispatcher, by the time you go through factoring, by the time you pay for lodging, you right back down to where you at. And guess where you at? You sleeping in a truck on the side of the road or at a truck stop, and your family, your girl, your kids, or your husband, whoever you with, is at home. What's the purpose in making money if you're not home to spend it with your loved ones? That's why a lot of people come to me. They're like, man, Joe, I'm tired of driving that truck. I'm tired of being over that road. I got a 1-year-old daughter. I want to be home with her. You know, who don't want to be home with their loved ones? So I don't care how much money you pay me. If I ain't home with my loved one and my kids, I'm good. I don't even want to make the money if that's the case. Someone said, I'm new to this group. Quick question. Once a truck is locked and loaded on an Amazon Relay trip, where does the most of the unloads happen? Post office? Yes. So Amazon Relay. Let me answer that question. What's the difference between Amazon Relay and DSP? Amazon Relay is we pick up freight from a distribution center and we take that freight either to another distribution center or we take it to a post office. So that's the good thing about Amazon Relay. Amazon DSP, when you see the guys with the blue vest, the sprinter, walking around with the little handheld thing, that's DSP. Completely different. That means they're picking up from a distribution center, a fulfillment center, and they're delivering it to a house. The difference in the two is this. One, use Sprinter, cargos, and some DSP. They do have the box truck where you see the Amazon Relay stuff on that. But that's a two-man team, and that's when you order something on Amazon Relay and it's too big to fit on the Sprinter truck. People say, oh, Amazon's going to get their own trucks. No, they're not. These trucks been around for 4 years. Amazon would be stupid to do that. So with that being said, Amazon Relay, there's no background check and there's no drug testing. So you could be on parole, have a criminal background, on probation. You can start your company as 0 background checks. So that's the good thing about Amazon Relay. Also, and the reason why there's no background check is because we're not taking packages to someone's home. We're taking freight to another distribution center or we're taking it to a post office. So that's why it's no background check, if that makes sense. Someone said, am I able to come to Atlanta if the driver assist training is still available? Yes, you can come to Atlanta. I got the 2 and 3 day driver training. This is a question too I meant to ask because I get a lot of these questions. I like to answer questions that I get in my DM quite often, if that makes sense. One of the questions is, hey, I looked at the Amazon, I looked at your 2 or 3 day training. Let's say a 3 day training, but the days are spaced out. No, the days aren't spaced out. Whatever day you book, let's say you book it on a Sunday. My 3 day goes out on a Sunday or a Wednesday. If you book for the Sunday, you will be there. You do the training Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. If you book it Wednesday, it'll be Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. So you get whatever night you book plus the next consecutive nights. Once you book it, it will send you a list of hotels near the Amazon facility of where you're going to be doing your training at. The training usually starts about 1 o'clock at night. So if you book a 9 or 10 o'clock slot, it's just for the booking for the app. However, you still will leave around 12 or 1 o'clock at night. You're talking with your trainer. Another question a lot of people ask me is, hey, I want to come down with my trainer or my spouse or my business partner. Can we train it together? Yes. If you want to train together with the 2 or 3 day driver training, all you got to do is book the 9 o'clock slot, the 10 o'clock slot, and both of y'all come down here and y'all can ride in the same truck with the same trainer and train at the same exact time. So yes, you can. Someone said, where can I book the mini class at boxtruckshawty.com. Go to boxtruckshawty.com. Like I stated, I got a small mini class this Friday that you can book. I do have 1 VIP Masterclass slot open tomorrow. That's at 12 p.m. But if you can't jump that, and you don't want to wait till March 29th, go ahead and join the small mini VIP class. Same exact information. Someone said, don't be a Reggie. I know that's right, All National. Don't be a Reggie. I don't know what, man, Reggie vibes. Mark is laughing. They all know what Reggie is. Real quick, I had a driver, man, when I hired him, man, he was horrible. I don't know if he's on it. He might be on there. And his name was Reggie. And he used to give me all these excuses and be late and mess up and rejections and stuff like that. So now when my trainer, if he training somebody, if y'all had somebody say, man, this person is giving me Reggie vibes, that means that person is a bad driver. Stay away from drivers that give you Reggie vibes. If they give you Reggie vibes, trust me, it ain't going to get no better. Get rid of that driver and find you another driver. Because remember, to find a box truck driver is super easy. Non-CDL, anybody that possesses a regular driver's license can actually operate a box truck legally. So that's the good thing. Someone said, because of you waiting on 5, when can you work on while you're waiting? Just asking, I come in peace. Someone said, let me split that question. So because you're waiting on 5, when can you work? I'm Oakland. Can you rephrase that question for me, please? Someone says, all right, let's see what else we got on here. Someone said, the 101 Masterclass is only $11.50 Monday through Thursday. Jabbar, what's up? What's up, E? That's crazy. That's my E. You was my what? Second or third driver, one of them. So E was one of my drivers who started off working for me when I first started off. Literally in 2021, started off on me and got his own truck, started doing his own thing with Amazon. But yeah, E will tell you, man, we had the stories. It was a fun journey, super fun journey. Yep. He bought a truck and started his own box truck company. Some of the mini group class is $9.99, held on this Friday. Yes, it's this Friday, and after this Friday, we will not have another one. Okay, we will not. All right. Box Truck Shawty offers 2 days, $350 on the site and $400 for the ride along. Correct. Someone said renting is expensive. Renting is expensive if you do not have the right formula. And what I mean by that, good question. I've heard people that say they pay $1,200, $1,500 a week for a rental truck. If you call up to the rental company and they're telling you that, that's sky high. You ain't going to make no money unless you trapping bricks on that truck or gold. So with that being said, yes, renting is high if you set it up wrong. You set up the wrong account. You don't know how to set up the correct account. Now, on average, right now in 2025, $500 to $550 base rate, and anywhere between 10 and 15 cents a mile is pretty standard. If you get your truck at the right rate, renting is not expensive. It's very affordable, and it's way cheaper than you trying to buy a truck. Cause you can watch my stories. You can go look at the reel I put where I said, hey, before you rent a truck, why am I still renting a truck 4 years in? Go read the comments if you think I'm lying. You will see a ton of people come in and say, man, my truck broke down. It was $20,000. He ain't lying. The one guy I had in the Masterclass, he bought a truck literally in 30 days, had to drop 5 bands on it. So renting is expensive if you got the wrong account. It's not expensive if you set up your account the correct way. Because what renting does is it gives you a peace of mind. Let me give you another scenario because I had to give this scenario. Let's say you had a truck and it was $500 a week. Let's just say this week you burned up $250 of your rental rate, right? So that's $750 a week that you pay. Now that's $750 times 2, that's $1,500. $1,500 times 2 again, so that's $750 times 4 should be $3,000. That means you pay $3,000 a month to rent a truck. Right? Now, let's say you buy a fairly good truck, a $60,000 truck, and your truck payments is $2,000 a month. So, what's the difference in that? You bought a truck, you own it, it's yours. You pay $2,000 a month. I'm renting a truck, it's $3,000 a month, it's not mine. The difference is this. Over the year, you would have saved $1,000 a week. That means $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 that you would have saved up by not renting that truck, right? So at the end of the year, you would have had $12,000 more in your account if we had an account that's equal. The difference is this. The first breakdown when your truck goes down. Remember the guy I just told you about? I think I'm lying. He was on my live last week. Not live, but in my comments. First breakdown, $5,000. Now, the first breakdown could literally put you out of business. If that truck is $10,000, $12,000, now you're in the negative. So with that being said, when I'm renting a truck, my money don't leave my account unless I wanted to. You know what I wanted to do? To go on vacation, buy me some gifts, buy me some toys. So that's the difference. You're paying for that peace of mind. That truck break down, the motor blow, the DEF system stop working, whatever it is, they're going to switch me into another truck. So it's no downtime or anything like that. Now, that's the difference. Now, my best friend, y'all go back and watch the reel what I put with him. He bought a truck literally in his first year. His truck had $25,000 of maintenance. That's a lot of money. So even though he's making money, nobody in their right mind, I make a ton of money. But if I had to drop $25,000 on a truck, you know how mad I would be? I would go outside and tear up something. So with that being said, I don't like maintenance. I just don't like it. And if you really think about the future of this, like I always tell you this, the future is, Rockefeller said it best, own nothing, control everything. When we think about ownership, when we think about own, we're thinking about assets, houses, stocks, stuff that appreciate, not something that's depreciating. So it's not smart to have a bunch of things that depreciate, if that makes sense. So renting is not as expensive as you think it is, if that makes sense. But go read the comments under that thing and you will see, man, it's a peace of mind. Unless you're buying a new truck. If you're buying a new truck, you got the money to buy a new truck, knock yourself out. Because that's a different ball game. Because now you got a warranty, you got maintenance included and all of that stuff. So think about this too. You heard my best friend come on there last week. He said his truck, go listen to the live if you think I'm lying. He said the truck broke down in Alabama, right? He has a truck. He's renting. He don't own no trucks. His truck broke down. They bought him another truck. Literally within a week, the second truck that they bought him broke down as well. So literally within a 2-week span, 2 trucks break down. Imagine that bill for those trucks. Then imagine when you got to get towed. It ain't like towing a car was gonna be like $100. It's gonna be $600, $700, $800 to tow these trucks. And depending on where you at, if your truck break down in a place where, let's say your truck break down in a small town in Alabama, you think they got you. You won't have to pay to get the truck fixed. So just be careful of renting and buying a truck versus renting. Because I always tell people this: there's no difference between renting a truck and buying a truck. The scenario is the same. Everything is the same. The paperwork's the same. Everything's the same. If you rent a truck for 6 months and you like it, you stack up some money, then go buy you a truck. You get all that money coming into your account, go buy you a brand new truck or a fairly new truck. Don't go out here and buy no old truck thinking you're going to just beat up the game and kill the game. It just don't work like that. And I'm not saying some people haven't had success with it. Don't get me wrong. Some people might buy a used truck and by God's grace, they just didn't have a lot of maintenance issues, and my hat goes off to them. But I can't gamble with my business with that, if that makes sense. So buy a truck when you either have the credit, not the credit, you got $10,000, $15,000 saved up, you got a line of credit, or you got a warranty on that truck or a fairly new truck. Then guess what? Go buy a truck if you want to. Then the sky's the limit. But I hate to see people on a weekly basis book a consultation with me who went and bought a truck. I don't know who's telling y'all go buy these trucks. Go buy a 2015 truck and the truck break down, and now you're paying $1,500 a month for a broken truck. Now you renting a truck because you didn't know how to rent the truck. So now you rent the truck through my system trying to show you to pay for a broken truck and a rental truck. And then wonder why you go out of business, because it's called hustling backwards. That's why. So don't hustle backwards. If you think of Turo, Airbnb, Uber, all of these places control assets or equipment, and they make a little bit of money on it. That's the same exact thing I'm doing right now with my trucks. I control these trucks, make money off of it. And then if the trucks break down, they swap me in another one. I don't care what nobody said. Me making $200 a night per truck with 5 trucks, $1,000 a night. I don't know too many places on earth you can do that at. And like I tell you, you might not have the same rates and prices like me. You might only make $100 a night. But if you got your MC and DOT number, this is another thing a lot of people didn't ask. When you get your MC and DOT number, you can have as many trucks as you want. You don't have to get an MC and DOT. Then when you got to get a second truck, you got to go get another MC and DOT. You got to redo the process. No, all you got to do is add insurance to that truck, get a rental deposit, put that truck on the road. So if you got 5 trucks running and you're only making $100 a night, $100 a night times 5 trucks, that's $500. That's a lot of money. I don't know what y'all doing at work. I wasn't making $500 a day at my job. So if I did, I would have never left, probably. All right? Someone said, you have to be 180 to be with an Amazon Relay. Yes, you have to have 180 days to do Amazon Relay. Someone says, somebody talking to each other. Is a Sprinter van an option with Amazon Relay for this program? No. So you cannot do Amazon Relay with the Sprinter van. In order to do Amazon Relay, you have to have a 26-foot box truck, a semi, or a 16-foot cube truck, which is considered a small box truck. The Sprinter vans is more Amazon, DSP, and then you have to have a bunch of them, if that makes sense. Someone said Amazon don't accept new authorities. You have to have an aged MC. Yes. In order to do Amazon Relay, you have to have 180 days aged authority, unless you join my Masterclass. How can I bypass the 180 days? Join my Masterclass. That's the easiest and quickest way to get up and running. If you don't have nothing started right now, and you say, you know what, I'm getting my taxes, I'm getting 8 bands back, 7 bands back, however you get back, and you want to start your company, literally, you can join whatever. Let's say you don't want to wait till March 29th. Let's say you join the Masterclass this Friday. But, because a lot of people also think you got to have the $5,000 right now. No, take the Masterclass, piece it together. When you get your LLC, get your LLC. You get paid the next time, get your authority. Next week, next month, save up the money, get your insurance. Next month, get your rental truck. Just start. You don't have to have the whole $5,000 to get started right now. So basically, if you have nothing, you literally can take my VIP little mini class this Friday. Say you don't want to wait till March 29th. Take that class. Literally within 30 days, you could be up and running, booking loads with Amazon Relay, leased onto one of my business partners. You book all your own loads. You can have as many trucks as you want. Hey, the sky's the limit. So what's your excuse? I don't know what else to tell you. Someone said, my new MC, ASC, bro, I'm trying to run Amazon too. How much you lease on so I can run? See the question, I'll tell you, I get that question a lot, you guys. So let me answer that question again. If you have your MC, your DOT, you already got your insurance, you already got your authority, you already got everything, your truck is up and running, but you just can't find loads, how much you have to pay me to join, to lease on? And the answer is you don't have to pay me anything, but you do have to take the Masterclass. You have to join the Masterclass because the people who I partner with, they do not want nobody running under their authority that don't know the rules, don't know compliance, don't know how Amazon works. Think about this. When you give somebody a credit card, when they run under your authority, you're taking a huge risk. That's like giving somebody your credit card as an authorized user. They can go do whatever they want. So the people that you're leased onto, they want to make sure you know the user ELD. They want to make sure you have the paperwork in your truck. They want to make sure you know how to book loads. They want to know you make sure how to manage your drivers doing Amazon Relay, because there's so much more to Amazon. It's not like the DAT load board. It's a ton of little small things you need to get up and running. When to book loads, how to use Poster Truck, all of that. So, and the answer to that question, what you got to do to lease on? Join any masterclass. You can join the VIP one-on-one, which is $11.50 Monday through Thursday. You can join this one this week right here, the small mini one, which is this Friday. I think I got 4 or 5 slots. That one is $9.99 because you will be in a small group. Or you can join the big masterclass, which is in March 29th. That's the next big masterclass. Whichever one you join, it comes with leasing on options for the first 180 days, which means while your authority age in the background, you're able to book all of the loads you want. You can hire a driver. You can put your truck anywhere you want to. You can run your own ship the way you want to. They charge 10% to run under their authority. You're going to get paid every single Friday. No BS, no chasing your money, not having to go search for nobody. Like Frank Lucas said, guaranteed you're going to get paid. So with that being said, you get a peace of mind by joining the masterclass. If you don't want to wait, like I said, join the VIP, join the mini. We can get you up and running in 30 days. So that's the answer to that question. No, you can't just give me $1,000 and lease on, because I won't even put nobody with nobody like that. I would love to just make $1,000 in my sleep from you guys, but I would be doing right by the people that I lease on to. So they want you to be, they want you to know everything. And it just works so much better that way. Someone said, what's up? What's up, Trucking Beauty? How you doing, sis? How you doing? Someone said, that's one of my trucking sisters. It's $650 a week, 1,000 miles free, 15 cents after 1,000, and 23 is a good deal. No, $650 is too high. Way too high to rent a truck right now. You should be no more than $550 if you're renting a truck. All right. Someone said, Trucker Betty, we are. Someone said, 10% a week if the lease on fee. Yep. 10% is the lease on fee. Someone said, what's the best way to rent a truck? The best way to rent a truck is setting up the account the correct way. It's not a best way. And people ask me that too. Like, who's the best rental company to go for? I always tell people this. The best rental company is the best one that's going to give you the best deal, if that makes sense. So Ryder sometimes can give you the best deals, sometimes Enterprise, sometimes Penske, sometimes Budget. It just depends. They all box truck. They all rentals. If they break down, they all going to ain't no different. They all using the same exact truck. So it's whoever give you the best deal is the best company. Someone said, how much is the Masterclass? The Masterclass for the VIP is $11.50 Monday through Thursday. You pick the date. You go book boxtruckshawty.com or click the link in my bio. Boxtruckshawty.com is $11.50. The mini VIP, which is the last little small one we having before the big one, is $9.99. It's this Friday from 10 a.m. to 11. And then the big group masterclass is $9.99. It is March 29th. And for the big class, you can pay half now and pay the remainder half before class, if that makes sense. So they have installment plans for the big one. All right. Someone said, can you lease on? Y'all can lease on to my authority. All right. That's somebody saying that they can lease on to their authority. All right. So let's see. Got a couple more questions. We running up over a little over an hour. I don't like to stay on the masterclass over an hour. I know even though we got, 41 people on the Instagram and on YouTube. So let me go back real quick and see if I see any questions I haven't. I have all that, but application got rejected. Yeah, your application can get rejected from Amazon if you don't have the correct stuff in place. So how many drivers do you need if you have to have 5 trucks running at once? I would say 7 drivers. Dodge Charger, 7 drivers. Yep. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back, see if I missed anything, any questions real quick. All right. So, Mr. Guarantee. Okay. So, let's recap. If you don't have nothing up and running, join one of the master classes. The answer to the question is no, you cannot just pay me $1,000 and lease on, even if you got your whole company up and running. It's so much more than having your company up and running. That's why I can tell you guys what to get. You can get that all day, but how are you going to book loads? What you going to do? So with that being said, go ahead and join the masterclass. I guarantee you will not be, dissatisfied, if that makes sense. Been doing this for 4 years now. Help thousands of people go through the same exact system. I'm transparent. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I don't run, I don't hide. I go live. I answer you guys' questions pretty much on a week-to-week basis to try to give back to you guys, to sit down and help you guys to get up and running. And I also offer consultations. And like I always tell people, like the guy today, man, he was like, man, I was scared. Go read the review, man. It was touching. Like he was like, everybody seemed like to be a scammer online, and I'm paying somebody X, Y, Z. I get it. To pay somebody $1,000, $1,100, and you don't know if this person's real or legit or whatever. Like I always tell people this, I ain't got nothing to hide from. I always put the bounty out there. You want to make $10,000? Go find somebody I scam. It's an open invitation. There ain't nobody else on the internet can say that. $10,000, go find a person I scam. If you find somebody and I scam them, I'll give you $10,000 because I don't have to scam. I don't need to scam. I make enough money without scamming. So with that being said, also, if you're skeptical, go do your research. Google me. Go look me up. Go see if you see bad reviews. I can't take down a bad review, but I'm not saying everybody that take my class is going to be successful. That I'll be a liar if I said that. Because there's no business in this world where everybody's going to be successful. That's just life. But sometimes you have a couple clowns. They be like, oh, man, such and such took your class and they make no money. So guess what? That person didn't, but the other 90% did. So what did the 90% of people did that the 10% didn't do? You know what it's called? Grind and hustle. I got people that'll take the whole entire masterclass and get out of the masterclass and ask me questions where I know we cover in the masterclass. Or they'll turn around and ask me questions that's in the ebook. So they didn't even read the ebook. So you got to become obsessed with this. You want to make a lot of money? Become obsessed with it. Take it seriously. Do your homework. Do your study. Like if you calling me, asking me something that's in the ebook, the masterclass comes with a free ebook. All you got to do is just read it. Answer a lot of your questions, and that's on sale for $99. If you just want to grab the ebook, grab it. It's $99. To join the group masterclass, the big one, if you already bought my ebook, then it's only $750 to join that class. We can break that up into 2 payments too for $300 and what is it? How much is that? Yeah, $350, $375. Yeah, $375. All you gotta do is send an email to info@boxtruckshawty.com, and we'll send you an invoice for $750, or we'll split it into 2 payments for you. But to go back, that's the only thing I can't give you is the grind and the hustle. But I guarantee I can give you the information to be successful. All right? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the live tonight. I hope to see you guys at the top. See you. Take care.